on why and how to digitize your small business. Brought to you by, you will get introduced to them soon, our Digital Main Street Service Squad. This event is hosted by the City of Mississauga. So MBEC, the Mississauga Business Entrepreneur Center is your central source for small business information, resources, and guidance. We are here to serve you virtually and available Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. Some of the things we offer are webinars such as this, free business information and guidance, workshops. We have entrepreneur programs, one of which we're going to talk about coming up. And we have ongoing consultations, mentorship, if you have a question, make sure you reach out to our team. This is how you find us. mbec@mississauga.ca is our email, and our phone number is there too. If you want to do it the old-fashioned analog way and give us a call, we're happy to help. And mississauga.ca/mbec is our website URL. When you get there, it'll take you right over to our microsite where there's a whole bunch of information about running a small business. And so let's get started. Today's panelists come to you. They're the Mississauga Digital Main Street Service Squad. We have Hassan here. He is our program coordinator. Say hi, Hassan. And then we have Sahana, and she is one of our squad members, and Anna Shruti. So they are going to take it over, and I'm just going to be here to moderate the chat. You guys, and Hassan, it's all yours.
Thank you so much, Laura. Thank you. Thank you. First of all, I love the new slides. You've upgraded the slides, yes?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, the colors and the highlights. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you so much, Laura, for the awesome intro. Welcome everybody that is watching right now. Thank you so much for joining us. We're so excited. We're so happy to be here. The Digital Main Street team. I'm going to share my slides right now just so we can make sure everything's working, and then we'll get right into it. Here we go. And I think it is working. Perfect. From beginning. Awesome, guys. So we thought this would be such an important topic in this time, in a time where everything is going digital, whether it's, meetings, shopping, food, buying stuff online. Right now, at this time, it's a very, very important thing to have in your business, whether you already have it and you want to become better, or you haven't really started yet and you want to get started. This is our goal today, is to kind of give you an idea, just to kind of get you started on what that looks like. What are some of the tools that you can use, and how we can help as the DMS team to support you in your journey to digital growth. And so for those who are thinking, what is, who are the Digital Main Street team? And so we work here within the city of Mississauga. We support Main Street businesses in Mississauga to build their digital realm, their fields, their online, their websites, their social media, their Google, all these things that, are really, really important in this time and day. We help you in growing. So we start by connecting with you. We start by, doing an assessment, learning about your business, learning about your challenges, learning about some of the opportunities that may be good for you. And then based on that, we provide you with the best support that we can to make sure that you succeed, to make sure that you are on your way to that digital journey. And we have a team. We have Sahana and Ashruti at the moment who work with you one-on-one. Our goal today is not to just talk about our program, but it's actually just to talk about the digital side of things. Like I said, why you need to go to digital, no matter what business you're in, and how you can get started. And hopefully after this presentation, if you have been convinced, hopefully you can connect with us. We'll provide the contact information so that we can connect with you, we can help you, we can work with you, and help you become more successful. Now, moving on, I'm going to be passing it down to Sahana, who will give you the agenda for the day, so you can really get an idea on what we're covering today. Go ahead, Sahana.
Thank you, Hassan. So wonderful. So as Hassan mentioned, our goal for today is to have a conversation around digital marketing and that digital transformation. And sometimes the word digital transformation can sound a little scary or it doesn't make sense. All that means is that how do you take your business online and how do you bring upon a presence online so that your customers are aware of your business and you really get a chance to reach out to your customers. So in today's agenda, we have first we'll be talking a little bit about why is a digital transformation important to your business, and then we'll be talking about digital tools to advance your business, and then we'll really get into a conversation between the three, four of us about how you can digitally transform your business. Next slide. Perfect. So, why is a digital transformation important for businesses? So, there are definitely many reasons. As years go by, definitely more people are getting on their cell phones more, they're getting on their computers more, and your customers are online a lot. So, for that reason, digital transformation is important for businesses. One point is that online presence builds credibility. So by having an online presence, customers will find your business more credible and trustworthy and will want to choose your business over other businesses. Customers are also easily able to discover your business online. So when people hear a name of a business, they're not, walking up to a business. No, they're first checking it online, seeing what they're like, looking at reviews, looking at how your overall presence is before they do start to interact with your business. Next is, your customers are online. They are on their phones a lot. They are on their computers a lot. And so if your customers are online, you better start getting online so that you're able to start reaching them. And lastly, a lot of these digital sort of tools really help you to look at analytics and really help you hone your strategies better. And so it's really nice that these digital tools allow you to do that so you can improve and really improve your reach to these customers. So the fact that you're able to sort of get access to these analytics is another additional benefit to going digital. And then I'm going to pass it over to Anushriti.
Hi. So now the digital tools to advance your business. So these are like the main things that you should definitely have if you have a small business or a medium business. So starting with the website. So people do check everything now, as Sahana mentioned, from your website to Google your business to your social media presence. But website is one of the most thing that makes your brand more professional and very authentic. So if any of your customers sees that your website is there, they are definitely going to check more out, look for testimonials and your products, and it makes it really easy to navigate. So your website should definitely have all the information that a customer needs, from your products to your address to your maybe store photos or some of the testimonials to really get them going. And after website, once you have a very well established website, you should start with social media. Have a social media presence, because right now, after website, people definitely check out your social media, how you're doing there, if you're active or not, or see your product service photos. And that's like a very informal way, but definitely that's something customers do see and notice. And after that, that we are doing all of this, like having a website, social media. But if you want to improve it and level it up, analytics definitely should be measured and mentioned, and you should leverage it to kind of build your strategies, see what time you should post, and build your brand from there. So analytics is the backbone of the digital tools, all that are mentioned here. And then one tools that are people are not so familiar about is like 360 shot. So for small businesses, I think that 360 shots are a great way to kind of give a insight and show like what this store, service, or product around is like right now, because we were constantly in lockdown, and people right now prefer to see and actually be sure where they're going or what they're going to get to. So having that kind of virtual experience at first and then deciding, it makes your brand more interactive and gives you kind of a edge, because not everyone has that right now. So this one is like definitely recommended one if you don't have it. And now I'll give it over to Hassan. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Anashruti. Thank you so much, Sahana. So, guys, as you see here, these four tools here, very, very important. And I'll be honest with everyone watching right now. When I started my personal business, I didn't have a website. I didn't have 360 shot. I didn't have analytics. What I had was social media. But that was a start. Remember, whenever someone wanted to look up my program, look up what I was about, the first place they went to was Instagram. I was doing a coaching session yesterday with a young entrepreneur, and they had their business. They were his business was painting. So he had some amazing prices. He was very skilled. He knew exactly what he was doing. When he was talking, I could tell this is a master painter. This guy's got a future in painting. But then I looked up. I asked him a question. I said, "So how do you what's your advertising, your marketing like? Do you have social media?" He said, "Yeah, I got Instagram." I said, "Oh, send me your Instagram." So I looked up his Instagram, and he had one post on his Instagram, and it was like a random picture of the stars or something. And I said, brother, this is the first thing that people look up when they want to maybe invest in a service is your online. They want to see that you're an expert. They want to see that you specialize in this field. They want to see that your name pops up as the painter, as the professional painter. And if you don't have that image, if you don't have that credibility online, if people don't see you in that light when they Google you, they're gonna question. They're gonna be skeptical. So my question to everybody watching today, whatever your field is, if it's painting, cooking, mechanic, engineering, whatever it is that clear? Is that clear when people Google your business? Is that clear when people Google your name? And it's not just your business, it's your brand as well. So think of yourself as a person. You are your business. Are you branded as that expert? Are you branded as that person who is the best at painting? So I was telling him, put up some content, put some tips on painting, put some, even photos of you with your family. This is you showing yourself, your story, who you are. And that's what people want to know. And guys, this all happens digitally. Nowadays, they're not going to come and get to know you personally, but they can get to know you digitally, and they can do that through your photos. When they see, I said, if you take a course on painting, put it up there. They see that you're learning. If you go out and you have a dog or whatever it is, put it out there. They see that you're a family man. This is all part of your image. So again, I want you to think about this right now as you're watching. What is your image online? Is there an image online? How can you improve your image online? And how are you using these four tools to improve your image? I started with social media, then I went into my website, then I went to other things. So where are you right now, and what can you add on? And what we're going to move on to right now, guys, is a real cool part of this session. It's a more of a conversation. It's a conversation with the people that are dealing with the business owners every day, which is Anna Shruti, Sahana, Laura. They are dealing with you guys on a daily basis. They know what the challenges are. They know where the opportunities are. They know what needs to be, adjusted the most based on their experience. They've worked with more than 300, right now, close to 300 business owners, improve their digital presence. And so they're going to be able to tell you, hopefully, where you should be in your journey as well. So let's begin. We can stop. Let me just see here. I think, yeah, we're good. So we have to stop sharing the screen right here. Um, and Laura, I'd love for you to jump in as well in these discussions, because I know you. Laura is like she's what I mean. I don't got a word for Laura. Laura is the master of the masters, and she's digital
You're so
master.
funny. You're funny, Hassan, but I will most certainly participate. Thanks for the invitation.
so so the first question, guys, is kind of Sahana covered it a little bit. The importance of digital now. But what is it that when you meet business owners, what's uh, how are you able to what is it that stops them from going digital? What 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 is it that you have to kind of convince them when you do meet these business owners? A lot of the challenge is they don't see the need for it. Why don't they see the need for it, and why is it important for them to see the need for it and actually invest in going digital?
I can go for this one. So I think a lot of the times one is comfort. So if they're already having a set number of customers coming through and they're like, they're comfortable and they are already, they have their number of customers and they're settled, then they don't see the need to want to like go digital. But you're forgetting that, you have a potential to reach even more customers and you have the potential to continue to grow as a business. And especially as there's more transition into going into more being digital, I think it's very important that businesses make that transition because at some point, you are going to lose those customers because your competitors are online. And when they're on top of mind on people's minds because they're always online, you're going to start to fall back and you're really going to start to lose some of those even loyal customers that you have. So rather than being comfortable, and I know it's kind of scary sometimes to go digital because, it's a whole new world and it's a new skill that you have to learn and you have other things to keep in mind as well. It's really important to just get started. And as Hassan mentioned, like even that, if that means just starting with social media and just starting a presence and really working at it to optimize your social media, then that is a great goal and that's a great way to start. And so getting started and getting into that sort of realm is very important. Even though you're kind of comfortable and you're sort of already set, I think it's really important to kind of keep going forward and growing digitally for sure.
Yeah. And I say getting started is probably the hardest step to anything that you want to do. That's the hardest part, is getting started. You're so afraid, you don't know what step to take and what to do, and usually that takes forever. And as soon as you take that first step, it becomes much easier. Laura, to take that step, I know we can help Main Street businesses. What about your side of things? I know you work also with business owners and you give them consultations. Um, if would that be a good first step to kind of also connect with MBEC and yourself to also get consultations and training?
Absolutely. So we, as you know, have a whole series of how to get started on digital marketing, right? And I have the digital marketing 101. Then we go into social media and content marketing. That's good for high level theory, but it doesn't necessarily speak to your business and your audience. But I take you through a process to help you look through that lens of going, okay, so this is what I need to think about. Who am I as a brand? I need to reference my business plan. I need to think of those different channels that I'm comfortable with. What resources do I have? And so that's a good foundation. And then absolutely, they can come and have one-on-one consultations with me. So if you come with that basic knowledge, it's like, okay, I have all these questions, but I don't know where to start. Within a half an hour, we can actually take you through, and if it's not me, one of the other team members can help as well, and take you through some actionable items so that you leave and you go, okay, I can do one, two, and three. And then also know that to build your business nowadays, it's hard to do everything yourself. And I think the realization is that you don't have to do it yourself, that you should really invest in either training existing staff to help you with your social media, or we can point you in the right direction on where to hire someone because you can't do it alone. It's a very busy, as
Mm,
we all know, right? It'll
it's
take
true.
up a lot of your time and it is really valuable. And I think probably 5 years ago when I was having this conversation with businesses, they didn't understand the value. But now that we've gone through COVID, we've had to deal with the virtual world. We know you have to be there. So now it's not the why I should be there, but it's like, what do I need to do? And that is where this basic understanding, coming to panel discussions like this, watching the webinar series, we have ours as well as there's other ones out there, and then talking to an expert. And we can help, and our consultations are free. So, and then we can point
Yeah.
you in the right direction because you do need to invest in building your brand. So, yes, Hassan, to answer that question, we can help on many levels.
I love that. I love that. And one of the things that Laura mentioned was it's hard to do it alone, you know? And especially in business, anybody who's run a business will tell you, you need others, you need other support, you need partnerships, you need connections. And especially to start, you need someone to assist you in that. And that's why we've realized this. That's why we've offer all these services, the digital Main Street service. Laura has her own classes, the digital class every Friday, right? Laura,
Yeah,
you
we're
do
just
that.
finishing up our
Yeah.
mentorship group, and we want to keep, we have a Facebook group happening, and then we're going to start up in the fall again, hopefully, because those small group sessions really help. And this is where I don't say just don't think that we have to hire someone. Like these
Mm.
discussions are great, but it's not really, you can't participate the same way. These small group discussions, oh my goodness. So keep in touch with us. Make sure you're on our email list because I have learned so much sitting with these entrepreneurs who are
Mm.
off experiencing things, sharing insights, right? You guys have been a part of them and they're going, well, I use this program. It's like, well, why do you use this program? And what are you getting out of it? So that sharing amongst your peers is incredible. So please look for opportunities to do that as well.
I remember I joined one of your sessions, Laura, and the conversations were great, and people were sharing ideas, bouncing ideas off each other. And I think that is the key to growth, guys, is learn from each other, but also be open to new opportunities. It may seem scary, it may seem like a big step, but take that step and it'll get easier. Now, the next question is for Anushuti. Anushuti is, you've been working with business owners now. We've done almost 300 businesses. What would you say the most important tools are that business need to kind of focus on from your experience working with these businesses? What is the tools that you feel like really need to be improved for them to continue to succeed?
Okay, so yeah, after working with so many business, I feel like first of all, most of the businesses do have Google My Business because that's the main thing how people find you. When they Google your business, it pops up first like where's your address, what is your service or product, and photos and everything related to that. So most of the businesses do have it, but I think that needs to be also constantly updated because right now the guidelines have been changing in past 1 to 1.5 years so frequently, so you need to keep your customers updated, right? You need to have your current phone number that they can reach out to have any query, updated hours, because right now and many of the businesses are taking appointments, be it personal care or services, any health services, or any restaurants are even taking your orders on call, and then you can just go and pick up. So you need to kind of have all those details to make the service seamless as much as possible for the customers. So it all needs to be updated, and definitely I think also updated photos should be there. There shouldn't be photos that are very old, 3 4 years, because right now everyone, me personally, everyone like who is present there, they see what they are going to have, right? Even if you're paying little money or more money, you have to see like where you're going. So if it's updated, they will definitely check out maybe your competitors or any other that they feel is better. So definitely updated photos, all the information that is needed. And one more thing additionally, I think 360 photos, like the 360 shots are kind of very nice to get a insight of how your place is, and it's kind of quite real. Like you will definitely feel like it's the closest you can see to being in a real life person. So I think having 360 shot is also great. Most of the people get it through Google, but we do provide that service. So if you really need it, feel free to reach us out, because if you charge some freelancer for it, they definitely charge you a bit more, like $400 to $500, and that's a bit much. So right now we are also providing that service, which is great. So apart from Google My Business, I think you should definitely have your website, because website is one of the more, as I mentioned, it shows your credibility and authenticity. And website will also be linked to kind of your Google My Business, so they can like check out everything all at once from there only. So having a website precisely with all your products, service, everything about your brand. Yeah, so one of the thing that I would like to mention about website is do have a background, do show that how you started your business, how long it has been running, what it is about, kind of give a little bit of insight on your website. It can be through pictures, it can be through 1 to 2 paragraph, but give a column of about us so that people get to know your business and also your product. So yeah, website is that. And apart from that, coming on to the digital media, so you do need to have a social media for sure, because I think that's where you promote most of your stuff online. You can't just put so much of stuff on your website. So social media comes in place. And as Sahana mentioned, like it does take time and it does take some expertise to get started, build up that following, get those kind of interaction. But trust me, when you start with it and you constantly have a content creation plan, you scale up, and then you have a social media planner, it will take some time, but definitely you will have some customer who will come online. Like most of the businesses, like very small businesses, are promoting their product and service on Instagram. I've noticed they have some of sponsored posts, and sometimes their post gets viral. Like right now Instagram is promoting videos so much, so I'll definitely recommend creating content based on video. You can do like small snippets of 30 seconds, be it like a day in a life of your business, what do you go, and kind of have those idea, make small clips or any photos that should be a little bit edited and put that out. So you have like a lineup of photos and videos. As Hassan mentioned, like the painter had just one post, so you also need to keep it updated. So from there, if you start doing it weekly, daily, it will definitely build, and you'll get new customers from your social media online, and that will be another area you will be getting apart from your loyal customers. So I think mixing all of this together, having a balance at once, getting started little bit by little bit, will definitely help you a lot. And it's not a very hard process. You have to just get on board with it, and definitely that's something where we can help you out to get started, answer your questions and guide you, and then from there you will be in your capable hands to get started. Over to Hassan now.
You got it, and Shruti, you got it. A few things I want to pick up here is one, the 360 shots. For those that don't know, because for some of you, maybe you haven't heard of what a 360 shot is. We actually go to the business owners and we have this amazing, really expensive camera that takes a picture of a 360 view of the place, of the location that you're in. And so that when people Google your business and they want to see what it looks like, they actually have the ability to see the whole store through one image and actually can like rotate through it. It's a really, really neat thing that is usually expensive to actually get done. But if you are in Mississauga, if you are a Main Street business, please connect with us and we can come over. We just did one a few days ago. It was a great experience. It was a nail salon, and the ladies were so nice. We did the pictures. We did a little video as well to advertise. And now that that little experience is going to get featured in Saga hopefully, and it's going to give good exposure to us and exposure to the business as well. So again, guys, the importance of digital. Um, and Ashruti mentioned social media. Question for maybe both Laura and Sahana, whoever would like to take it. There's a lot of social media right now. There's a lot, and sometimes when there's so much options, people tend to not do nothing. For example, let me know if you guys gone through this before. You want to watch a movie on Netflix, and it's like it's really late, but you say, you know what? Okay, let's watch a movie. And you're going through Netflix and you're scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and you take so long to choose a movie that you say, you know what? I'm too tired. I want to go to sleep. And you go to sleep, and you don't end up watching a movie because of how many options there are. And sometimes the amount of options actually hold you back from taking that step. So to make it easier for the viewers, what how do they know which social media they should focus on? And I think there's a lot. I should say do all of them, but let's say they're beginning and they want to hit their first social media platform. How do they know which one to actually enroll in and use?
Great question. So I think in terms of each of these platforms, definitely the target audience tends to be different. So with Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, LinkedIn, and there's probably a few other, Pinterest, there's definitely new platforms coming up all the time. The target audience is always different. And so the type of content that you put out, if it's useful to these audiences, then I would start off by choosing the correct platform for that. So for example, let's take Instagram. Instagram, although it gears towards more, I would say, young adults to about, I would say, yeah, anywhere from um, teenagers all the way to 40-year-olds. I would say that's kind of like the range of the audiences. And so if that's sort of the audience that is on Instagram and that is your target audience, I would definitely get started on that. Other things to keep in mind is format. So, for example, TikTok is very video formatted and it requires a little bit more creativity. And Instagram is more photography and like aesthetics and looking nice and pictures nice, or nice pictures and more storytelling. So, considering these things for each of these platforms and how it matches with your brand image would help you consider which platform's best for you. I would definitely say do not go in and try, like, you can try and experiment with different platforms, but do not overexert yourself by doing all the platforms at once because you do find that there's different strategies required for each one of these platforms. And it's important to really plan and be more strategic about your performance so that you're not overwhelming yourself and just going at it and then, messing it up and then going like, oh, you know what, I give up all of this. Because all it takes is just like focusing on one and really optimizing and strategizing for that. And I know a lot of really well-known brands do that too. They don't sometimes have the resources to invest in all the platforms, so they really choose one to hone in on and really think of strategies for that one platform so that again, like they can come up with content and that really performs well for that one particular platform.
I love that, Sahan. I love that. And the question I think Laura put in was by Helen. Since Instagram is going more video, can I skip TikTok? You know what? That's a question we're all asking. So I don't have TikTok as well. Oh, I do. I have one video on there. I don't really use it much. And I don't think Laura, I think Laura's trying to get into TikTok. I heard you. Your daughter's convincing you, right, Laura?
Well, it's funny that whole Instagram and TikTok. So what I always say too is I usually have a critical, like a bit of a checklist, right? It's you need to figure out where your audience is,
Mm,
and then you need to figure out what kind of resources you have, right? And that is not just, people always think that is money, but it also includes time and skills. Right. So you have to evaluate your effort to impact. And for sure, like Sahana mentioned, is it's better to do one thing and one channel well because each
mm.
channel requires its own strategy and it's moving even more so that way with the challenges of sharing insights in between apps, right? You can't do that. So really their algorithm is even focused more so on wanting you to keep your community within that application itself. So really pick which one you want to do. And so to go to the Instagram and TikTok world, if you're on Instagram and you figured out that's it and it's working well for you, yeah, tap into the reels. Like Anna Shruti said, they're really video is really where it's at right now. And they're really going to push that. So focus on videos for that platform. But in all honesty, if that video and short content you're looking for, TikTok actually does a better job. Instagram's kind of copying. So if you haven't decided yet on what platform and you're not invested in one, take that into consideration. Maybe you want to spend more time on TikTok. And maybe we're afraid of it, right? Our skill levels and things like that, because I know it's not my favorite. But it could be that you go, you know what? It's so going to be worth the investment because I know it's going to be good. It's a new channel. The algorithm, it's much easier to pick up and build my community. We know they're moving to supporting content even for business owners. So it's like, oh, well, I can't do it, but maybe I have staff that can help me, right? Like this is could be your serving staff or your retail front end staff, or maybe you have an intern on board that can totally get you started and teach you. So look outside the box when it comes to resources, but you really have to, at the end of the day, what can I do really well? Pick and choose that one and then weigh your effort to impact based on your business goals. And we can't forget it that we talk about all what's cool and trending, but it has to move you closer to your business goals. I'm a business person first and foremost. So if what I do on social isn't helping me make, build my customer base and make me money, I don't actually want to do it. Like this, it has to be a reason. It has to not be just an expense. It has to be something that's propelling our business forward. So I think we need to keep that in mind too. But TikTok, yeah, We'll see. I'll get more into that maybe when I have time.
I love what you said, Laura. There is, guys, I think this is key. You really have to think about this because a lot of times people don't really think about this and they waste a lot of money, a lot of resources, a lot of time. And what she said there is, if it does not make you money, you really have to think about it. If it does not bring you money, and if you're doing it for a long time, you see there's no return of investment. You need to really change your plan and change to something else. And this reminds me when I had to choose which social media platform to really focus on because the time was really short on my end, which one to choose from my little business that I had, which was Academy. I teach public speaking to youth, but who's the one that's paying the money? Is it the youth or is it the parents? It's the parents. So Instagram and TikTok wasn't really big for me. I don't even have actually a page on Instagram or TikTok for my business, but Facebook is huge. Why? Because actually, usually I ask kids, raise your hand if your parents force you to be here. Everybody puts their hand up. Nobody wants to do more schooling. So the people that are paying are the parents. So where I went to where the money is, and that's Facebook. And I know Facebook is known now as like the old one, but I love Facebook because for me, that's my moneymaker. I'm going where my money is. And as Laura said, that's what you have to do as well. You have to think about where is your money sitting? Is it sitting in TikTok? Is your demographics the people who are paying? Who's paying for your product? Are they the young people? The young people you're looking at TikTok and Instagram. If they're the adults, older adults, you're looking at Facebook, and that's where you really have to make that decision and move forward. And I think that's the best thing you can do. Now, in regards to social media, it's great. We talked about social media. Should they have a business page, a personal page, mix both? Um, uh, Someone who already has a page, the person I was speaking to yesterday, coaching the youth who was a painter, he already has a page. He already has a following. He doesn't have much on that page. Should he just work on that page and make that as a business slash like his page kind of thing, or should he create a new page? This is a question for anyone that would like to answer that because that was a question that came up yesterday and he wasn't really sure. But I wanted to see kind of hear your takes on that.
I'll take that. I think that really depends on your business. So if you are the face of your business, if it's like personal coaching program, maybe physiotherapy or some business that your name is associated with it, right? As we'll take example, your business. So it can be a mix of both where you're also showing your side and then including your business. Okay, this is the program we are going, giving out all that details and also kind of posting about yourself, so because that is how they relate to you, right, your customers. But for a product or service, I'll take example of a restaurant. So for that, I think they really need to have a proper professional page just for the restaurant, where they put up any updates related to how, what are their timings, if there is any occasion they're having special discounts, or maybe they feature customers photos of their dishes or their experience. So I think for proper businesses, then it needs to be all about them, and they need to have it very professionally kept, very professional photos edited, touched up on their page, and make it as professional and as aesthetic as possible, because on Instagram, like, the photo is what convinces the customers or the people, right? So all about your business needs to be there, but as I said, if you are a person attached to your surface, then it can be done. And I think it really depends. And if you are a very interactive business who also posts testimonials or customers review, or sometimes photos with customers, so you can add a little bit of that. So that is really about your brand image. So again, you have to decide what kind of brand image you want to portray, and then go ahead with that.
I love that. And there's a quote that, for that I really love. It says, people do business with those they know, like, and trust. So my question to you is, do your customers know you? And if they don't know you, how can they like you and how can they trust you? And that's where Anashuti was saying, if it's your personal, if you are the brand, then you need to get people to know you. So it's important that you share the little things where they get to know. But even if it's a business page, for example, look at Paramount. If you Paramount Fine Food Center, Paramount Fine Food Restaurants, all these. If you think of Paramount, you all automatically think Muhammad Fakir. He's very big in the community. He's the face of the brand. And a lot of people support his business because they support him, because they like him, because they trust him. So it's a very important piece. I'm not sure if anyone else has any other comments.
I was just gonna, oh, sorry, go ahead, Laura.
No, no, no. Go ahead, Sayana.
No, I was just gonna add, like, yeah, like I think end of the day, people make emotional connections to businesses. And so for that reason, faces always do well, even if it's just faces of your employees, yourself, or anyone like that, it really does well because people really make connections to other people and emotions. So even if you have like a professional page set up, don't be afraid to show behind the scenes, really add to your story and really add to the fact that you're not just a business, but you're a family, you're a community. And that's what tugs on people. That's what people really connect to. And that's the kind of content that's what you should be thinking about when you're also thinking about content for your social media.
So Hannah, oh my goodness, that was so true. And you know what? And this is where people, and so many of my clients I've talked to is, it's like, well, that's not interesting. It's like, yes, it may not be interesting to you because you just live your life all the time, but people want to get to know you.
Mm.
And that is hard. Once you get into that mindset, it helps, but they're going, why do they want to come back and see my kitchen or see me making this recipe? Or do they really care what, when I go out and volunteer? It's like, yes, like those kinds of things are really humanized, and
Mm.
they want to know you, and it is a human to human business, like world that we live in, right? And that's you're speaking to that, and that's biological, psychological, that we need that connection. So dead on. Oh my goodness, so great. And the other thing was too, I just wanted to mention that whole brand, and you mentioned about building this community and building your brand, and then I had mentioned about I only do it because I want to, the idea is to build your business. But what's really hard is that what we can't always measure the immediate success of the efforts we're doing, and that can be frustrating. Like, am I going in the right direction? Is this working? And I'm frustrated because I'm not getting the response I need, or I can't connect the dots between what I'm doing and the service. So there is, I mean, there's so many stats out there that building your brand does translate to building your business, but it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It does take time.
Mm.
You need to be authentic. If you seem pushy, they're going to think you're being business oriented. Be a resource. Just build them because you want that tribe to be a part of it, and give back, and it's reciprocal. It's building a community. So be patient. Use those analytics that Anna Shruti mentioned, to watch it, know what those KPIs are, those indicators that I'm moving in the right directions. It might just be follower base. It might be likes on a certain post. It may be asking the right questions like, hey, how did you find out about us? Oh, I saw you on social, or a friend told me. So start to figure out what those metrics are that you need to track or to keep you motivated, and know that you're in the right direction.
Yeah, I love that. Be real, guys. Just be real. Be human, and that's how people connect with you. At the end of the
Yeah.
day, they want people. We as humans, we need that connection, and we when we feel that connection, will the money will come. And if you're looking to increase your sales, this is probably one of the best ways, and you could do it digitally. Nowadays, it's all digital. When I speak to parents, they already know my whole life history, where I was born, what I did, because they Google like the life out of me. They know everything about me before they even had the phone call with me, and that's because I made sure that the digital is there. So again, ask yourself that question, guys. Again, always everything we're talking about today, I want you to kind of reflect in your own shoes and think, where am I in this? Where am I on website? Where am I on social media? Where am I on analytics? Where am I on story? Like, the story of my business, story of me as a person, because you are your brand, right? So, last thing before, because we're coming to an end, maybe I was thinking this would be a cool exercise. Maybe if each person can give one tip, their favorite, I would say, like, nugget when it comes to the digital world, to the business owners watching today, that they can take away. Maybe one action step, one takeaway, one little thing that you would say, this is the one thing that you would push forward. And then after that, we can tell everyone watching how they can connect with us so that we can assist them to in their digital journey. Is that cool, guys? What do you think about that? One little nugget, one little from each person, and then we can conclude it. Who would like to start?
I can go.
Yes, Anshuti.
Yeah, so I would say that videos are my favorite part of social media because in 30 to 60 second I get to know what's going on, the whole video I get to know it. And I personally like putting it up on my page also. And I've seen like many businesses blowing up, getting so many orders on TikTok just because
Mm.
of that one video, like where they're showing what they're doing, how they're making the product, or maybe a little bit of about that, right? So I think videos are one thing that really needs to be done. Even if you put like invest some time on it, like 1 to 2 video a week, it will definitely take some time, but it will definitely give you good results. Use with the hashtag that is trending and that is associated with your product. So a little bit of research also goes behind. You can just put it out with a nice caption with a hashtag and some of that, and you're good to go. You will definitely see a good result after doing that. And once you get those views, get those you really should start building up on that. So yeah, really decide which one want to go with. Is it maybe Instagram Reels, or is it TikTok that you're most comfortable, or you feel that there is your following? So yeah, that is one thing that I would definitely recommend to get started on.
In the comment section, guys, I put a great app. Since social media is done mostly on the phone, you want something quick. You don't want to go on your laptop and edit it, and it just takes too much time. You won't do it. So InShot is a great app that you can edit all your stuff on your phone and post it immediately on your social media. Awesome, awesome, Ashruti. Laura?
Well, I'm not going to count this as my one, but I just want to put the reminder out there to make sure to stay focused that you do first start with your plan, right?
Uh,
Just make sure you have your plan and then make sure everything you do helps move your plan forward. So for mine, and the hardest thing I have is being consistent. Like
mm,
whatever you just pick something, but you need to be consistent. One
mm,
thing is it helps with the algorithms, which is always to support the user experience, but your audience is expecting you to show up. And then it looks like you're current too if someone new is even coming in, and that's really hard. So that's always why I say just be consistent. How do we be consistent? Is you have a planning process in place, but also to do fewer things and do it well. So if you're going to be doing reels, just do reels. Pick a series and
mm.
do it, and then do something else, or do focus on a Facebook page. But it's really hard. It sounds so simple, but I tell
Yeah.
you, I've been doing this a long time. It's the hardest thing to do. So don't beat yourself up. If you're falling off your consistency, just jump back on.
Thank you so much. Look, consistency is so key. A lot of people do something and they're like, "Yeah, I got it. If I do it," and then they give up the next week. And so, no matter how good the thing action you've taken, if you cannot keep it up, there's no point. Sahana?
Yeah, my favorite thing, there's a boring word to it and there's a fun word to it. So there's research, which I know is
Mm,
kind of the boring word, but I like to call it stalking. So
stalking.
stalk your competitors. And the reason I like to recommend this is because there's most likely someone in your niche that is already doing strategies on social media or on their website and things like that, and it's working well for them. So if they've tried out all these different strategies and they've figured out what works well for them, then you should also be starting to do those strategies as well. And it's not exactly like copying exactly what they're doing, but it's more like, they're starting to post more videos of their behind the scenes and it's really getting good engagement on their page. It's most likely going to do well for your page as well. So just recognizing that, you can see trends and what's really working for other businesses by just keeping an eye on your competitors can really help you save some time for yourself because you don't have to go through all the experimenting and you can really just start to create those posts that really perform well. So definitely always keep an eye on sort of your competitors and sort of stalk them so that, you're keeping yourself ahead of the side of the curve and you're like keeping up with the trends and things.
Yeah, and it keeps you going when you competition is healthy. It's important. It's important for your, I guess, push as well. When you see your business doing this, other businesses doing that, you have someone who is competing with you. You want to push forward and try to stay in competition. So definitely, some people say, don't just compete with yourself. I think there's an importance in actually looking at your competitor as well and making sure you're doing similar things or even better or different as well. It just gives you an idea. Thank you so much, Sahana. And my last thing is on my end, guys, is don't wait to be perfect to do something you want to do. A lot of the things that I did, especially in my business, when I started, I had no website, I had no logo, I didn't even have a curriculum, but I had 150 students signed up, and I didn't have any of that. The parents didn't know, but I got along, I got ready along the way, you know. So I had the sales. I knew I had to be ready. So don't wait until you have everything. Some people get everything done, their website, their logo, this, that, and then they realize there's no customers. So get your customers, make those sales like Laura says. Do what brings you in, what brings in the money, and then along the way build yourself, slowly. Start with Instagram, start with social media, put on the website, add your analytics. If you do everything at once, you're going to drop everything at once. So take it step by step. And again, if you want to get started, I'm going to share my screen right now. We'll give you a little idea on one sec here on how you can connect with us. Let me see. And because we'd love to really support you and get you started, and because we know that is the most difficult part of any journey is the start. You have here our contact number, our email, digitalmainstreet@mississauga.ca, the website that you can reach us, and obviously our social media, Mississauga EDO. You can find us there. When you send us an email, we'll connect you with one of our agents, Sahana, Anashruti, maybe even Laura, if she's got the time. And she's very busy, by the way, guys. Okay, don't ask for Laura too much. She's got a lot of work. But
Oh, stop it. I am going to drop in though, and I have put this in for some. So I gave everyone out your email. So if you're a Main Street business in Mississauga and you specifically want help, the Digital Main Street Squad, these guys here are awesome and will definitely help you focus because Main Street businesses definitely have been hurt during
yeah.
COVID and it's a special. I know I had a Main Street business myself for 20 years, so I totally understand how different that is. And then I transitioned to be a service-oriented business. So knowing the two differences really are the city here is showcased on supporting you guys specifically in your needs. So these guys are the Main Street. Reach out to them if you want to talk to me or any of our other digital marketing consultants. I'm dropping in a link to the form. It just lets me know a little bit about you, what you want, and a little bit of background in the business helps to prep for that. So please reach out to me. And all of our services are free. Just as a reminder, you'll meet with
Yeah.
us depending on what you have. If you have a business plan and stuff like that, and it's a little bit more comprehensive, it's anywhere between 30 minutes and half an hour. We do them virtually. We just have to fit you into the schedule, but it's usually within a week that you get to see
Mm.
one of us. So please do reach out and request a consultation.
That's amazing. It's amazing. So if you're Main Street, reach out to DMS. If you're not a Main Street business, you can reach out to the link that Laura put in. And Laura, anyone in Mississauga can connect with you, correct?
Yep, and I've met with larger organizations too that just wanna, it's not just small business. So even if you're an employee within a large organization and this is your role, we're here to help all businesses. So yeah, for sure. Anyone in Mississauga, we will be here to help, or even within the Peel region. We do support
Oh,
our
that's
local
awesome.
community. So
That's
yeah.
amazing. That's amazing. So, I mean, with that being said, Laura, I want to pass it back to you. I think our part here is done. I'm not sure if there's any. We all have 3 minutes left, so I think the
It's
time is good.
it's all it's all of us we're a team here together. And
Yeah.
I do want to thank you guys for joining us in this very important discussion on digital marketing. And as we move forward and very excited to have things start to reopen. And what does that mean? And just to let you know, this is a critical time, as Anna Shruti mentioned about Google My Business. Now, if you're a service business, it's a little different, but make sure all your information is updated. I know people that never used online shopping or search things previously now are using it. It's not a nice to have. You have to have your information updated online at
Mm.
all times. And I know people get busy with their businesses, but this is key for not just communicating to get people in just in time, but it is a brand thing. So please make sure your Google My Business is updated, your website's updated with your hours, with how to get in contact, what you're offering, and if there's any COVID specific or restrictions that they need to follow on how to do business with you. So I wish everyone all the best with their businesses starting and growing. Thanks,
Mm.
team, for being awesome and all your insights. You have all the links. This will be recorded and we will share it out with everyone who attended and registered from today. So you
Awesome.
guys have a great day. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
And
Thank you.